Okay, so Sharon, it's lovely to have
And
you from all the way from Malaysia to Illinois.
oh, and then,
I guess we met online about 9 years ago, you said?
yeah, that long ago.
And how
The
did
the
you,
time when I started color pencil. Yes, you are the first one that that helped me a lot. That's what I want to say again, and I'm forever grateful to you because of Ann Colbert.
I didn't do anything, but I think I had you in the magazine, is that right?
Yes, yes, yes. It
Yeah,
was, it's yeah. Go ahead, Anne.
I was just so amazed at your work, and I was
No.
I was wondering how you could work in color pencil in Malaysia, and if the supplies were readily available or not. Can you tell me about that? The beginning?
Okay. Started off in 2013. Okay. As I say, I repeat many times. What made me started to take up color pencil was because my daughter was 17 that year. So I figured I have to do something for myself. You know, in fact, I told my husband I wanted to go and work. I was a homemaker for 17 years. When I got my daughter, I quit my job, full-time mom. So when she was in her final year of high school, so I told myself that, I need to do something. I was only 43, still quite young, of not doing anything, stay at home. What am I going to do? So I figured take up art, do something with art, something that I like. A few medium I consider watercolor, not really my forte because I'm hopeless with brush. I don't know how to handle with brush. That is
I
something I
don't know
can't.
brushes either.
Yeah, I just cannot. So acrylic is out of the question. I probably will go for oil painting because I like the expression, the freedom of doing big. But the problem is I have pets, okay? I have my bulldogs at home. I can't leave my house. I need a proper studio for that, so it's out of the question. Then I thought, what about color pencil? I used to do in school, which I love so much. And I think I'm pretty good in that. So it's just a thought that, a crazy thought, but I said, let's Google color pencil art. And there you go. It's actually from your Facebook. I think it's a Facebook group. It's not yours, I think, and it's color pencil group something. I can't remember. So when I saw the work that was produced by color pencil, oh my gosh, really opened my eyes. There is such thing as color pencil art. So, okay, that's it. I said, okay, do that. So the first thing, a lot of questions, just like many beginners that will approach me, they say, what type of pencil, what type of paper? I am totally clueless. The only pencil that I know is the Faber-Castell, the red one, the general one, Luna pencil, a few, those like children grade pencil. So in Penang, the thing is, we are not a big city like Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital city. We have one very tiny art supply store, which is so old. I think they are about 80 years old, that shop. You go in, you can't walk. It's like a store. Okay, so I went there and I asked the sales guy, that time, I think he's very old, he's about 70 years old. We speak in, of course, the Chinese dialect. I said, do you have color pencil? Then he showed me, there you go, we have so many, all the range of Luna and all these student grade. Then I was figuring, I don't think that's the pencil they use. What about Prismacolor? That's what I learned from Facebook, right? Oh, we don't take Prismacolor because it's very expensive to import, very expensive. Then I said, what about a color pencil that costs more than this student grade? Oh, you mean the artist grade color pencil? I said, I think so. So he showed me Derwent. brand from UK,
All right.
Derwent.
Derwent, right.
Okay. So I said, oh, I totally clueless. What is Derwent? I said, then I look at the price. It's quite expensive for me. So I said, it must be pretty good. So I just bought it. Dare not tell my husband that I bought the pencil that costs more than the usual, I think 3 times the price. So I used my whatever money saving I have and just bought the pencil. Went home. I have no clue. I have no clue about paper as well. So I just bought a heaviest paper that I can find, thickest paper that I can find, which is about probably 90 lbs or something. Then I go on YouTube and start. The thing is, I do know how to color with color pencil, but I do not know how to mix the colors, right? How do you mix dry medium with color pencil? So when on YouTube, I bought book by this, who's this green guy?
Oh, Gary Green.
Very green, yes. That was the only book they have in the bookstore. So that's how I started. When I started to blend, I looked at YouTube and started to mix the color, like let's say grass, a simple subject like grass. Then I realized there's potential color pencil. Then I start Googling my area, like Malaysian color pencil artists. Nothing came out. Singapore, nothing. Thailand, nothing. Indonesia, nothing. I said, whoa, this is like untouched territory, you know. I said, look, there's potential in this medium. So in fact, while I was Googling on the laptop, I told myself, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate myself doing color pencil art, and not just as a hobby. That means to say I'm doing it professionally. I want to hope that one day my artwork get displayed in galleries. So that was where.
Sharon, is this before you even drew a color pencil drawing?
Yeah.
You made all these
yeah.
decisions?
Yes, because I need a direction in my life. So I'm very focused. I want a direction. I set a direction where I want to go and work on it. You know, because
That's
I know
amazing. You're an amazing woman. Wow.
I guess. And at 43, I can't afford to just like, oh, try this, try that. You know, I need to set a goal in life.
That's amazing.
So I'm very adamant. So
okay.
I started getting to know and
right. Oh,
magazine. Yeah.
Forget about me. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're going to look at your early work. Okay. So we're going to switch. I'm going to change and we're going to share. Oh dear. Where did it go? I don't understand. 1 second. Okay. And now we will share the screen so that we're looking at your work. And 2013. So this is the year that we're talking about.
Yes.
Which of these 2013 was the first one, the earliest?
This sweet innocence.
That was your first.
Yeah. Yes, that's the portrait of my nephew, my brother's kid. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I love it. It is so.
I mean, I love the expression, but you can see flaws. Okay, look at the cheek. That's where the wax bloom is. That is something that I learned. Yeah, the wax bloom that I cannot. I erase and I colored again. So it's,
But this
ruined.
Anyway, was this one of your first drawings, though?
Yes.
I mean, that's remarkable.
So,
wow.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. And then this
is the practice.
This is also from that year.
Yeah, that's my dad.
That's your dad.
Yeah. I did this after 2 weeks, after a month or so, he passed away.
Oh, really?
That's a very funny story about this. You see, But he was the only one who had confidence in me with the color pencil art. Because when I started, no one took me seriously, including my husband or my mom. So my dad was like, oh, color pencil, very interesting. He not once he put me down. Not once he said, you are wasting your time. So he said like, okay, whenever I draw something, he will call me. I will call him through the handphone, to the mobile phone, and take pictures of what I'm drawing and show him, and he will like give me some very constructive comment. So then one day he was telling me, he told me, he said, why don't you draw some old person with a lot of wrinkles? I said, Papa, I said, where could I take photo of these old people? I will get scolded, right? You know, you have to ask, you know, being Asian, we are not as open, you know, we tend to be very shy, you know, and you know, like Japanese, you know, we are shy. So my father said, never mind, you can draw my face. I scratch out my face so you have more wrinkles to draw. So it looks like. And the most touching part was on a week before he passed on, he was in the hospital, and he told me this. He said, look, Sharon, I want the portrait that you drew of me, put it on during my wake. I said, Papa, what nonsense are you talking about? He said, just do it. You know, so yeah, when he passed, I didn't want to think about this portrait. So, but my brothers, my three brothers, like, Sharon, you know what Papa said? You know, you better go and print the portrait of him and then put during his wake. So we did it. It was very touching. You know, my father appreciated that.
I'm so sad that you
So that's the
lost.
story.
I'm so sad that you lost your cheerleader.
Yes,
Your cheerleader,
it
you
was.
lost him so soon, so early, and he didn't get to see you do all the things that you ended up, you've done, you know, you've achieved.
Yeah. I know he's watching over me. I know, for the first few years, I know.
Yeah, well, that's just so
It was
touching. Yeah, very, very difficult. Then you went to this totally different place.
yeah.
Oh, it was your first
So
commission, your first year?
exactly. Okay, this lady is a person that I go and rent books from. She has a book rental shop, a small book rental shop, and we became friends. And she was asking me, what am I doing? You know, so I show her I doing some drawing and all these things. He said, look, can I commission you to do a pet rabbit for my friend? You know, I said, are you sure? I said, are you sure? You know, it's like, are you sure? Yeah, confidence in you after looking at your work. So that's it. I did it. It was, I charged her very cheaply because I have no confidence in my skill at the moment. But I really gave my all doing this. Really, and they really appreciate that.
Yeah, I understand. Like when you're working on a commission, you do like your best times 10, you know, like every stroke matters so much because you're worried that they won't like it. Was this on a colored paper?
Yeah, Mitentes. I think it was a Mitentes. Yeah.
And you
I
hadn't
don't know why about that.
Did you work on colored pencil? I mean, on colored paper before this piece?
No, no. I tried it because I like the texture. It's slightly texturized, right? So it was quite nice. I don't know how I did it. You know, if you ask me and how,
you're a very, very brave woman.
I know.
Wow.
Being an Aries, I think born in the month of April, I think I'm very stubborn. That's the thing.
Now, Sharon, I remember this piece. I remember seeing this piece. This might have been the piece that made me notice you.
Okay.
Because it was so beautiful and so delicate and so dignified. Was this your first attempt on black paper?
Oh, yes. That's what I wrote. Yes, first attempt. It was tough. It was very difficult. It's trial and error, but I managed to pull it off, I think. Yeah, but it was sold during one of the. I'm surprised people actually bought it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And did you
Oh,
take
thank you.
did you take the photo yourself?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I've learned from a Facebook group, color pencil group, that especially from CPSA, actually, I learned a lot that, the subject that I want to draw is better than I take myself. Yeah, I think it's fair enough, fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough. So it instilled the habit in me until
Right.
today. Yeah. Unless
Yeah.
there's a purpose,
I-
unless there's a purpose for that.
Yeah. I try not to personally, I try not to, I feel like sometimes what you love to draw, you're unable to photograph, like
Yes,
you
yes.
love to draw, I don't know, Asian people,
I
but you
know,
never
understand.
see them. Sometimes you have, it's hard
Understand.
to get your own photos, but when you can, it is a really good idea. So now we'll go to
Yeah.
here. So this was your first try going larger, 23 by 16. And is this also
Yeah.
is this on black paper or white paper?
No, it's white paper because I know black, the white of the bougainvillea would not come out as beautiful, as sharp as that. So
Yeah.
the background is all color pencil, build up layers and layers and layers. So this photo actually from my opposite neighbor's house. I was having coffee in the morning. It was about 8 something in the morning. The sun was shining so nicely. Then I saw this bunch of bougainvillea. It's just like calling me, to come and paint it. So I went across, asked my neighbor permission. Can I take photo of your bougainvillea? And there you go.
Wow.
It's right in front of my eyes.
I see we have some questions.
So it was a challenge. It was a challenge. It
Um,
was a challenge.
oh, we're gonna answer these questions. Was your father an artist? How profound he was, and that's so true. Was your dad an artist?
He's very talented, but he's not an artist. But
Okay.
he's the one who taught me how to draw when I was young. He's a very handy man. He carved, he built things with hands. And I'm being the only girl, being father's pet. So always beside him, watching, learning, even guitar, playing the guitar, the music, and all this thing. Very talented man he is.
Okay, so that was the question we got. Where should we go next? Oh my gosh. Oh man, this was also just a stunning. Did we have this in one of our books? Our CP Treasures, maybe? Did this get into one of our books?
Yeah, no, the what animal? I think the
CP Cats and
yes,
Dogs. That's right.
yes,
I think
yes,
it's on
yes,
the
yes,
cover
yes,
even.
yes, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we did a step by step. Yes.
Yes.
So very ambitious. This one is very ambitious. The one that I'm currently working is her sister.
Oh,
So not as detailed as this, but similar composition. That means the crop is a bit off without the ears and all these things.
yeah.
I
So
think it's interesting.
yeah, it's a wonderful crop. It's an unusual crop, like you say. What makes you? How do you crop? How do you physically
Oh,
do it?
I actually didn't crop it because I took the photo while I was on the floor with her. She was lying on the floor. I took my handphone, my mobile phone. I just put it on the floor and just snapped.
Ah,
No intention of drawing her at all because she's not a bulldog face. She doesn't have that chubby, wrinkly face. So she's not that standard bulldog looking dog. But as I looked through my phone and I saw this, I said, wow, the pose is nice. The eye is nice, very interesting, that look. But there's no ear and whatnot. Then I asked myself, why not? Don't you know it's a dog? You know it's a dog, right? And the beauty of it is the nails. I like the the paw nails.
Yeah.
That is something I've never seen in any pet portrait before. Right? I said, yeah, draw the nails. That's something unique. So that's it. That's how I got it. It's by chance.
It's a
by
wonderful
accident.
piece. Now this one
Yeah,
says, and this one is for your father, in memory of your late father.
So, yeah. So the title, you know, the book and the movie, right? For One More Day.
I don't
So
know.
it says it all, you know, the clock.
I don't know the book or the movie.
I can't remember who's the author. I think anyone knows. Yeah. It was, I seen the movie, I read the book, I cried because it's about, not to say regret, you know, it's like, you know, you want to talk or to see someone who has passed on. Yeah, Mitch album, correct. Steph, yes, thank you.
Mitch album.
Yes, I read the book. Yes, I read the book, I cried. I watched the movie, I cried. You know, so when I did the clock, and this clock was given to me by my father. It's the grandfather's clock. It's hanging in my studio. It's working, but I dare not wind it because the sound can be quite eerie. Okay.
Wow. Now was the key in? Oh, I guess it's always there, right there. Okay, never mind.
I just put the key for photograph sake. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, they're all wonderful. I mean, they're just.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
We don't have to go by year, but
yeah, it's okay.
Let's choose a piece that you have. Oh, this is wow. Let's look at this one. Oh, it was in a museum. Okay. Wow.
Yes, in Taiwan when I went for an exhibition. Yeah. So I walked past and I saw this. It's very creamy, and if you know Japan well, they do have all these like very tiny shop lots, very old wooden shop lots. Inside there's like junks of things, you know.
Right.
You can't actually walk just one lane. Everything is so messy, but yet it's like crazy chaotic, but it's a lot of things to see. So I walked past this scene many times up and down while waiting for my friends. They're having tea upstairs. Then it suddenly something kept pulling me to this wall. And I stood there, you know, it's just like a moment of realization, like, you know, something sparked. It's like, wow, yeah, I have to draw this. I took the picture. I don't know how I'm going to draw this because of the background of the wall is so old, it's so oily. You see the marking, right? The markings and all this thing. So yeah, I really love this piece. I really love this piece.
Tell me about a piece that you actually struggled with drawing. Which, was there anything here that you really had a hard time finishing or working on? Or do they all come easily? Like
very easy. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come in. I think the piece I struggle most is the portrait of my husband, the architect.
Oh gosh, that's one of my favorites.
The architect.
I love this portrait.
The 2019? Yes. Yeah. Because he being an architect, he's like details. Everything is about details, you know. He said, do I look like that? I said, I bar him from coming into my studio. I said, just don't look until I finish. Don't give me stupid comments. The background where you can see all this white thing, the measurement and all this, I actually took from his school book, his school notebook. He studied in New York. Then he has a logbook of his work and all these things. So I just copied to make it like, you know, as an architect or what, something.
Right. I love this.
Left brain.
This is my favorite portrait of yours. I absolutely love it. I love the drama of the black. You know, he's just kind of it's just a wonderful, wonderful portrait. I like how you handled the mustache and his hair. You just did a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
But you struggled.
It was tough. It was tough.
You struggled with it because of the comments, or what? Why? What was the struggle?
Because it's because of him. Because he being an architect, my goodness, I tell you, he critiques and critiques and critiques. You know, I see it in the art form, not as a building or structure. That, you know, that's the things that different. But he gets it, you know.
This eye must have been so difficult. I mean, it's partially cut off. You barely,
yes,
you couldn't really see the detail very much. I mean, that must have been so hard.
And the glasses, especially the glasses, because he is quite heavy on his short-sighted, right? So you can see it's about like the glasses is actually enlarged. Right. The lines and all this thing, you know, the slight different from the face.
Yeah.
And when you see through the glasses, that's the struggling part. That was the struggling part.
Well, I think you did a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
Does he like it now?
Hey, oh yeah, he put it on his WhatsApp profile photo. So not bad.
So you won,
he
Sharon.
Won't say.
You won.
Yeah, he won't say, he won't admit it, you know. But yeah, at least that's how he show his approval.
So I like what Nancy wrote here. I'm married to an engineer. I understand left brain severity.
Exactly. It's so different. You know, people tend to think that architecture relatable to art is so different. No, it's different.
Yeah.
How they think.
So you have a wonderful story about these. I read. Tell us about the onions, will you?
Okay, I don't know. Never crossed my mind to draw an onion. Okay, this onion was sitting at the kitchen for some time. I didn't manage to cook it. I started to grow shoots. So to throw it away, I find it a bit waste. Now I was thinking maybe just let it grow. Maybe I will just grow it in the pot or something. So I put it on the ledge of near my washing machine. I told my husband and my daughter, nobody touch it. Don't throw it. Don't touch it. Just leave it there. You know, so I left it for a week. It started to grow and grow and grow. Then every time when I'm in the kitchen, I look at it, I say like, and then the sunlight, when the sun hits the back of the onion, it's like, whoa, that is something beautiful. Huh? Why not draw an onion with the spring onion, you know, with the shoots? It's something very unique. And then what shall I name it? Every end is a beginning. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, right? So it makes sense. They're not in the form of just onion, but philosophically wise, or you know, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So
so that's how very simple.
Yeah. So you drew an onion because you didn't cook it quickly enough.
I don't know what to cook with it, so I just leave it there.
I like it. I love it. I love that story. Now you did draw. You have drawn quite a few rock pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me tell me about your story about rocks.
Okay, I don't know why I'm fascinated with rocks, especially these rock pebbles. I have a lot in my garden. They are all this gray. I think it's river rocks. Okay, they are not very colorful, you know. But the rocks don't actually not as vibrant as this. It's mostly gray. Oh. But when it's wet, and you look closer, there's a lot of colors in it. So I feel that, I don't know, I really don't know how to explain, but I use it metaphorically to tell a story. You know, the subject pluralism, you know, it's about like people from all walk of life, different skin color, different race. You know, when they come together, it's beautiful. It's something like that. I wrote in the blog. I can't remember. I did wrote in the blog. So let me tell you the story about this. One thing very interesting.
Oh, I displayed it in about this one.
Just not the rock. Oh, This is
This
no,
one?
the other one. Yes. So I displayed in Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, about 300 kilometers away from here. So in a group exhibition. So it was quite big. Yeah, it's about how big is it? This is about 24 by 24.
36. It's huge.
Yes. It's huge. It's huge. So there's one guy. I was talking to someone. And this guy kept walking in front of this piece. Okay. Then my friend told me, Sharon, go and approach this guy. He keep coming back to your piece. So I went. He's a Middle Eastern guy. I think he's an Iranian. So he stood, I introduced myself. I said, hello, sir, I'm Sharon, I'm the artist. Oh, you're the artist. I've been looking for you. That's what he said. I said, oh, yeah? I want to tell you something about this. Okay. He said, you just listen to me. He said, I'm an engineer. I know nothing about art. This is my first time coming into the gallery, but I keep coming back to this piece. So he said, I look at the word pluralism. And when he tell me the story, let me tell you what I think about this. So when he tell me his thought about what I'm trying to say, it is exactly what I wrote in my blog. I have goosebumps, I stand there, I said, do you read my blog? He said, no, I don't know you. Tell you the truth. I have no idea about this. I came with a friend. Oh my gosh, when he explained, he tell me about his thought about this, about human being from different skin color races that come together to be a beautiful picture. How he explained it is exactly like I wrote in my blog. Goosebumps, it's like 10 times better than someone who bought the piece. I just stand there speechless.
Wow.
It is a reward to me. I think that's a fulfillment that someone understands what I'm trying to say.
Wow. Yeah.
So from then on, you can
powerful.
see my work, and it's a very philosophical, very deep, very what do you call the word? Not just a beautiful picture to see. I want you to really look and think about it. A story that relatable to the viewers.
Yeah, that is a goosebump kind of story. Let's see. Catherine says, as children, one of the first things we're drawn to is rocks, that they collect pretty rocks. And that's true. Kids do, pretty universally collect pretty rocks. Like we are attracted. Yes. There's something about, don't you think there's something about the weight of rocks? I've always enjoyed the weight of them, that they're small but heavy and sort of calming in some way. I don't know. Meditative. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at some more rocks.
Okay. Yeah. You don't get tired about rocks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm really interested in why an artist chooses something, to draw. There's liberation. So they've burst out of their paper bag, I guess.
Yes. Okay, I did this series of rock for my first solo exhibition in 2020. Yeah, during COVID time, of all time, it was okay. I was very surprised. This gallery wrote to me. This gallery was situated in a hotel in Penang, one of those 5-star hip hotel. So they wrote to me. They reached out to me via Instagram. They're from Penang. And they said they really like my work, and can I send them some of my work for the panel to approve? So they will give me the space to exhibit, do a solo. So I sent a few, those with flowers, with animals. They say, no, we like your rock series. It fits our hotel theme, which is very contemporary. So you want something contemporary. So I said, oh, rocks, easy. It's an easy rocks, no brainer. I love rocks. So I managed to produce, I think, about 15 pieces of this rock series. Yeah, 15. Because they need Yeah, they need 20 pieces, 20 pieces of artwork. So they approached me in 2018. So they gave me time. And well, with the lockdown, 2020, with the COVID and all this thing, so it finally is postponed a few times. Then finally in September 2020, when the lockdown was lifted for a bit, so we did the solo exhibition. It was a huge moment for me because the press, I mean, the hotel, I mean, the gallery really reached out to the press because after being locked down for so many months, they need this, what you call, to boost up people morale and all this thing,
Right.
so it's quite overwhelming, but it was great. It was great. And the great thing is, it's color pencil. Well, I did it in my in my hometown. People finally realized, get to see the real work rather than on Facebook and Instagram.
So that's fabulous, Sharon. I mean, in 7 short years, you accomplished exactly, well, in
Nine,
9 years.
yeah, 7. Okay,
Oh, 7. I mean, from when you started 2013 until a solo exhibition 7 years later, that's remarkable. And in color pencil, it's remarkable. So did you use these same rocks for the whole, all 15 pieces?
Yes.
Just
I
those
picked a few
5?
nice rocks. Yes, the same rock. Yeah.
Oh my God, is this another one?
Yeah. They're
Oh, I
quite
love
the
that.
two.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's very contemporary, right? That's what they want. So
Yeah,
very zen. If you're
yeah,
into Japanese
right.
thing, it's very zen. It's very still.
So, oh, but then you have this one. Same.
Yeah.
So you did use some other rocks. This is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes. And the color is, the rock itself, the color is not that vibrant. Of course, Photoshop, when I snap photo at Photoshop, lighten it, play with it, This was first to be sold. Even before it finished, someone just bought it from me offhand before it was displayed. So I guess the Asian, the Chinese, they love the red thread. The red thread, right? The string.
The string, right?
So the string actually was my husband's shoestring. It was black. And I tell you, the ideas that I have, I was like, okay, go and get husband's shoestring is black, but black string with a rock, not so nice. I want to see texture. So I just changed it to red.
That was such a smart decision. I mean, the red is just, it really makes it. It makes the piece. Is that the only
interconnectedness?
Is that the only one you did with the red string?
Yeah, I know, yes, I know. Because, red is so not my color. I love red, but you hardly see red in my artwork, It's a very powerful or strong colors that I'm quite afraid of. And then with the onion, the onion was like another red.
Well, yeah, that was a dark red. This is probably the brightest red you've done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first
Wow,
attempt,
yes, this is
red and orange. Yeah.
yes. This was on black paper. I think I did it on a black paper. Yes, a Japanese black paper. I think I bought it. Yeah, it's a Japanese brand. It's a print paper, black.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
think
the red
I
was
can
like,
feel your intimidation of the red.
yeah, you can see that, huh?
I
It's
can see a
very
little
guarded,
intimidation. Yes. Yeah.
very
Uh,
guarded.
Now this is remarkable. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, do you collect these? Oh no,
Which one?
the typewriter.
This?
No, you don't.
This typewriter belongs to Diane Gruber's,
In
her
Texas.
house. Yeah. I was sitting at the house at the TV room, and then I saw this typewriter. So I asked her permission. I said, Diane, can I draw this? Oh, I wanted to draw it, but never had time. I said, can I? She said, yes. Then she started to take a cloth, wanted to clean off the spider web. I said, don't touch anything, just leave it be. I'm gonna draw with the web and the dust and all this. Yeah,
Wow.
it was great. Yeah, the struggle is the keypad. The struggle
Oh,
is the
yeah,
keypad.
of course. Oh my gosh.
Mhm. The keypad and the letters. That is a struggle.
Oh yeah, the letters, they would be hard too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite piece?
My favorite piece, of course, is still Contemplation. The dog is still here. Okay. This
Wow.
was quite new. This was quite new. Yeah. The dog, the Contemplation. Yeah. That's my
That's
favorite.
your
Still
favorite.
hanging here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah.
yeah, this is like, this feels to me a little like you're going in a new direction.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, this rock.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little more,
It's,
it's less meticulous. There's a little looseness,
mm,
you know?
yes, 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 yes. I'm trying, I'm forever evolve, with color pencil. I want to see what more I can do with color pencil. I have to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, try as much. Yeah, I can do this easily with graphite, but I use color pencil.
Mm.
So the background. Remember that I did one of this abstract piece that Vera from CPSA. She challenged me to do the abstract piece. And I find it's not difficult with color pencil. It's not difficult at all. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. The abstract piece.
I did one the same time when she asked, everyone.
Ah,
I
yes.
agree with you. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
I
I
just
thought it
kind of
was
did some
difficult,
shape.
but it was.
Yeah, and this is color pencil.
Yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
she like it?
Yeah, it's something different from what I usually still very constrained. It's not as loose as I want to, but well, slowly. So that goes to the rock, okay, where the sky is.
Right.
I try to implement this technique
Right.
into that.
Yes, that's kind
Yeah.
of what I noticed. Somebody asked to see this. Oh, it is
Monkey.
adorable. Oh my God, that's
The
fabulous.
dusky leaf monkey. Okay.
Oh,
So this was done. Okay. And this one, the reference, I got it from someone. It's from the LPP, the Lango Project Penang, which is the Dusky Leaf Project in Penang. Okay. Okay, because there's no way I can take photograph. They are everywhere here around my areas. You can see them, but they are endangered now. So we did this as a group exhibition to what we call to raise awareness and also raise fund for the organization. And I was very surprised. I did price it very high, double my usual price. Where it's framed at 30 by 40 inches. It's big for color pencil, okay? So I price it quite high because they do take a certain percentage for the organization and some for the artist. I'm surprised that it was sold and it was bought by the Penang State Art Museum. So they acquire it and it's now in the permanent collection. So I'm like, so you don't know. I was in the middle of the jungle that time. I went for some holiday with my family. When the curator called me, he said, Sharon, look, I have something to tell you. Your piece is sold. And guess who bought it? It's the museum who bought it. For me, it's not about my personal glory. It's about color pencil. That's the first time they actually collect and bought and collect color pencil. So it's a victory for us.
what's that? It's absolutely exquisite. I wish we could see it, bigger. What paper is that on?
Oh, this is Arches. I use Arches.
Oh, really?
Because I buy the Arches, okay, from most later in years. After I try all this Canson, all this paper, I finally got used to use Arches, 140 lbs, okay, that thick, because the collectors here, the art collectors here, yes, it is watercolor paper. Yeah, Arches watercolor paper. They do take the abuse very well. Okay, you see, like I draw the monkey, the fur, a lot of layers going in, at least about 20 over layers, and not a budge at the back. There's snow going through. I leave out the color, electric eraser and all this, not a problem. Never fails me. And then how I keep my artwork that big, I actually roll it and keep it in a tube because I don't have space in my studio. Right? So, but when I unroll it.
How do you work when, like the one time I worked that large, it was so hard to reach the top of the picture. Do you turn it upside down?
Yes, I turn it over. So I don't fix it with stickers or anything. It's always free on my table.
Yeah. And is most of this, a lot of this for, you use the electric eraser to pull it out?
Yes, just pull it up because it's so thick, the layer. Your Tombow mono eraser could not lift up that much.
Yeah. So somebody just asked, how do you create the feather effect of the hair? But I assume that was, that it was the electric eraser. The hands are so beautiful.
That's the main point. And my focus is the hands, the fingers, and the eyes, of course.
Well, yes, but then those hands are just amazing.
That's the focus.
But I also really love the abstract quality of the upper half of the background.
That was tough. Green is so not my color, huh? Green is, to me, green is the hardest color to use.
I agree.
Green.
It's very hard.
Red, yes, it's scary, but not as bad as green. Right? It can be very fakey. If you don't do it properly, it looks fake.
Yes. It's so hard.
So it is a challenge.
You have to have enough red in there and enough brown in there and enough yellow in there and enough blue in there. And it's just,
correct. It's so complicated.
It is.
So when people ask,
complicated.
I know when some people ask me, do you teach? I can't teach, not all artists are good teachers, okay? Because when I do, I just don't know how I do it. I think it's the instinct, right? It's the instinct that when you're so into that, you practically know which color to approach.
Well, your greens are beautiful. The greens here on these front stalks are also so beautiful. Oh man. Whoever asked to see this, thank you, because I wasn't appreciating it enough as a small, and it's huge again. I just don't know how. Well, let's look at your studio, which, by the way, I believe is probably always this neat. My studio is never this neat.
I can't work in messy place. This is considered pretty messy. More and more stuff. Very small. My studio is about 7 by 7 feet. So it's like just enough. I don't wish for a bigger space because with bigger space, I think I will have more things in it. So this controls me from getting a lot of things, to get rid of things. Yes, that's the clock.
Yeah.
And I love my minion. I don't know.
I know. I love your minions too. They're very cute. And here's your supervisor.
Supervisor, yes. She's new. She's 4. We just adopt her this year. Sugar, the one that I drew her, the contemplation, she died last year. It was so heartbreaking in my arms. Anyone who has pet, it was, can't get over it. But I'm glad I did the portrait of her.
So this is your nice, neat studio. It looks like it's just perfect. You don't need any more room than that. But do you listen to music or podcasts, or what do you do while drawing?
Spotify. Always Spotify. Okay. There's a different kind of music when I'm concentrating, doing detail work is opera. or musical, something soft, or yeah. So when I'm about to finish, that is rock all the way, heavy metal, I start dancing in my studio. But mostly oldies are from the 30s up to the 60s.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
So
So it's a
30s to
mix.
60s, but opera when you're really concentrating?
Yes.
Opera?
I just need something to like, yeah, that build up that momentum, to do the detail. Yes. Different kind
Wow.
of music. I don't stick to one. I don't like to get bored.
And you don't listen to talk radio or
Oh,
podcasts or that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
because you see, I can't focus. I can multitask housework, but when it comes to my artwork, when I have to be focused, it has to be like focused on my artwork. I can't listen to someone and work on something.
That's
I,
interesting.
I don't work well in groups. Yeah, I don't work well in groups. I can't work. I start talking and talking and talking.
So that's interesting. When I need to concentrate, I like to have talk on because then
Oh,
I'm not focusing on the artwork with my head. So then I'm hoping that my gut will do the drawing.
oh, okay. Oh,
So does that make sense? Like I don't want
I
to,
understand.
yeah. So it's
But I
interesting.
cannot.
We
I
all
can.
work differently. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot. It's like focus is 100% focus. So by the end of the day, when I finish work, I get very tired.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh
about
yeah.
my
It's
hand
very,
or my body is tired. Yeah, the mind,
yeah. The
because I'm
mind.
so into that.
So this is a great question. I see you have a very slight angle on your work surface. Yeah, you don't have much
Mm.
of an angle at all. Do you get a stiff neck or back?
No, I angled my desk. I do, but this
Oh,
one
okay.
because of this webinar, I have to sort of slightly level the table. Usually, I leave it up about less than 45 degrees,
Okay.
slightly less than 45 degree. Yeah. And also the problem is my pencils, huh? I put it on my desk. So I put the non-slip mat on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
enough space to put my pencil all around. So that's
Yeah.
how I work. I do leave it up slightly more, about 45 degree or slightly
Okay.
less. Yes. If not, I get, yes,
Yeah.
my shoulders.
How many hours a day do you work and how many hours do you spend on a piece?
On what?
On a one piece. Of course, that's hard to answer, but
Oh, per piece. Okay. Minimum a day, 4 hours a day. Maximum is 8 hours. Okay. When I'm rushing, okay, depends on how fast I want the piece. I work well under pressure. Deadlines. You give me deadlines, I work well with deadlines. So I can work. I did work the biggest piece in 2016, the equilibrium. This is 40 by 30 without
oh my
frame, okay?
gosh.
And that is huge. That I work 8 hours a day, continue 7 days a week. I managed to finish it about 2.5 months. It was huge. I don't know why I did it. I probably to challenge myself to see how big I can go. See, the thing is the gallery over here, they want everything big. So in my early days, I thought that to get into this fine art circle, I have to produce something big. But after doing this, I realized, why am I pushing myself, punish myself? The medium works different way from other medium, right? Is it worth it? So if I do this big, can I sell as much as what I asked for? Does it make sense?
Right.
Yeah. So I figured no. So if any gallery will ask me, can you do such a big piece? No, I will tell them my maximum is about 36 by 36. That's my maximum I can go.
That's
I
really, that's
yeah,
also
I have to
very
be, yeah, but still I have to be firm. I have to know what I can produce best, by just wanting to get into the scene without knowing what's your limit is, you are actually killing yourself. I don't want that. I don't want it to kill my love for art.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
The golds and blues together. Oh yeah. Okay. So tell me
Yeah.
what is this? Is this a carving?
No, it's a tree roots in Taiwan. This old tree, I think this is like I don't know what type of tree. It's a very old tree, one whole bunch of them. And like Angkor Wat, do you know Angkor Wat? The old ruined temples that overgrown by trees,
Yeah.
something like that. So when I saw the bricks, it was interesting. So ameliorate means to say nature will take over. Eventually, nature will take over. We destroy the nature by building and building and building, right? But eventually, nature will fight back.
So
It's about a cycle.
so this is a tree that grew up around a brick wall.
Over some house or something, or building or something. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. So the lighting, what caught me was the light. The lighting, the value of the whole thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why you were in awe.
I know, right? When you stand there, it's so huge. The tree is like huge.
So do you have like yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about this tiger. I want to pay my tribute to contribution. This is very interesting. John Giuseppe, our John Giuseppe, okay, he's a photographer and also an artist, wildlife artist.
Right.
I don't know whether he's on or not, but I don't know. So what happened was I wanted to do a portrait of Malayan tiger, specifically Malayan tiger, to donate to this Rima.ngo, a body that, all this thing. So to take a photo of tiger, I have to go to the zoo, which is 300 kilometers away from me, So when I saw John posting some tiger pictures, not this, so I personally write a message to him and ask whether he has more of this Malayan tiger that I want to do for a charity thing. Of course, credit to you and all this thing. I don't get a cent. The money that donates to this, I don't get 1 cent. It's like a donation. So he is like readily agree. Yeah, Sharon, he sent me so many pictures of the tigers. So I chose this one. This is very unique, mother and the cub. I just don't want a portrait of just a tiger, a fierce tiger and all this thing. But this is something very unique. So of course, when I done this piece, I donate to Rima, and they receive a donation of US 22K.
$22,000.
So they give, they give it to the person who donate. I don't get a cent, of course. And John, on his part in Florida, of course, he asked for a print. I gave him. I don't sell him the print. Come on, I think he has all the right, to get the print from me. And he did ask one more. He said, Sharon, can I buy a print? I said, you have one? He said, no, I want to get the print to donate to the Florida Zoo, where he took the picture of this tiger. So they will auction the print to raise money for the zoo as well. I said, John, no money from you. I give you 2 prints. Do that. We do this for charity. So I like the idea of, he in Florida, US, I in Malaysia, but we come together and do something for a cause. So I'm thankful to him.
Wonderful story.
Thankful to John.
That's
a nice story.
Yeah, and that's 21 by 19, a little bit smaller, but still a large piece.
Yes.
Well, we have come to the end of our fascinating hour.
Wow, it's so fast.
I know, the time just flew by.
Oh my God, 12:30 already.
Yeah, it was wonderful getting to hear your motivation.
Wow, it's so nice talking to you, Anne. And thank you so much for those who attend and ask the question. I hope we answer most of it. Yeah, Gail.
I think so. I'm reading the comments. People, of course, are happy. Thank you for sharing these beautiful works.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Thank you for having me.
yes, let's see. Yeah, I want to thank you, and I hope to see you in Penang someday soon.
Yes, please. And anyone, please
Yeah.
come over, call me. I'm so happy, more than happy to be a host. Okay.
All
And
right.
once again, I would like to thank you for Ann Colbert Connect for having me here. Really honored. Please know, once again, I will tell you that I'm very grateful to you.
Well,
You are the
we
one
haven't
of
done
the
anything
person that
except for
kickstart my career in color pencil. That's the truth. That's the whole
Sharon,
truth.
is there anything that you want to plug? Is there anything that you would like to share with us before we go? Anything you'd like to plug, like some sort of book, or is there anything coming up? Or
Not at the moment. This year has been a bit quiet. Next year, maybe, I have some exhibition to
okay,
joining and all this thing, but nothing much.
okay,
Well, to anyone here, if you have any question, just PM me directly on my page.
okay. Well, thank you, Sharon, for sharing you and your
Okay?
art with us all the way
Oh,
from across the world.
okay.
Thank all of you for
Yes.
attending, and we'll see you online. Bye.
Bye.